The Strange Case of Origami Yoda by Tom Angleberger. Origami Yoda and Dwight by Tommy. The big question, is Origami Yoda real? Well, of course he's real. I mean, he's a real finger puppet made out of a real piece of paper. But I mean, is he real? Does he really know things? Can he see the future? Does he use the Force? Or is he just a hoax that fooled a whole bunch of us at McCreary Middle School? It's a really important question for me to figure out if he's real, because I've got to decide whether to take his advice or not. And if I make the wrong choice, I'm doomed. I don't want to get into all that yet. So, for now, let's just say it's about this really cool girl, Sarah, and whether or not I should risk making a fool of myself for her. Origami Yoda says to do it, but if he's wrong, total humiliation. So I've got to know if he's real. I need solid answers. I need scientific evidence. That's why I went around and asked everyone who got help from Origami Yoda to tell their stories. Then I put all the stories together in this case file. Who knows, maybe this case file could even be useful if scientists ever decide to study Origami Yoda. To try to make it really scientific, I let my friend Harvey comment on each story. Harvey has never, ever believed in Origami Yoda, even for 1 second, and he still doesn't. In fact, he says he is 100% sure that Origami Yoda is just a green paper wad. So he tried to find the logical explanation for all the really weird things that happened. And then I commented on each story too, because after all, I'm the one who's trying to figure out this whole thing. My other friend Kellen wanted to help too, so I let him borrow the case file. Instead of adding anything useful, he just doodled all over it. I was mad at first, but actually some of the doodles almost look like people from school, so I didn't bother trying to erase them. And anyways, I don't have time for that. I've got to study this thing and make a decision. Is Origami Yoda real, or isn't he? Oh yeah, one other thing I almost forgot about. Dwight. Dwight is the guy who carries Origami Yoda around on his finger. The strangest thing about Origami Yoda is that he is so wise even though Dwight is a total loser. I'm not saying that as an insult. It's just a fact. Dwight never seems to do anything right. Always in trouble, always getting harassed by other kids, always picking his nose, always finding a way to ruin it for everyone, as the teacher says. If he would just listen to Origami Yoda's wisdom like the rest of us, he would have it made. But no, he ends up barfing in class because he ate 13 servings of canned peaches at lunch, or stealing a girl's shoe, or wearing shorts with his socks pulled up above his knees. He even manages to turn his good points into loser points. See, he is a total origami master of our school. First, he made cranes and frogs and all that. Then, he started inventing his own stuff. Origami Yoda is not just a perfect paper version of Yoda. He's also Dwight's own design. Dwight's not the first person in the world to make an Origami Yoda, of course. There are a bunch of them on the internet, but Dwight didn't download instructions. He actually created his own Yoda, Origami Yoda. But it's one thing to make a paper Yoda, and it's another to ask people to talk to it. That's what makes him a loser. You can't go around school with a paper Yoda on your finger talking to people. I bet even Origami Yoda would tell him that if he would just listen. Anyways, here's the first story, which happens to be about a girl, not the girl. Shows how good it can be to listen to what Origami Yoda has to say.